back to the Halton Today Show. We have Nick Hurd here. He has family in Halton and a special place in his heart for all you Halton folk on your TV watching us today. They live in Milton, for those of you wondering. And I'm excited to announce the Oscar sensation, Nick Hurd. And equally exciting, we also have our Super Bowl fifth year of the press box coming up with Dave Stevens. But we are back now with Oscar sensation Nick Hurd, who has 14 years of film, of theater, of hosting his show, Keeping It Real with Nick. Several films. Not that long ago, he was on the red carpet of the Toronto International Film Festival, and he is current. Pandemic hasn't slowed him down. And one of the other parts of his life is art. Can you please share a little bit about your artwork?
Well, yes, I can share that part. And also, I also interviewed the Toronto Maple Leaf alumni as
Oh,
well, and the Toronto Maple Leafs players.
wow.
2019.
Oh my gosh, you're blowing my mind here. If my legs weren't off already, you'd be blowing my legs off.
Yeah. And my art. So I did art when I was really young. That started when I was just a baby, when I was just a very young lad, and that started in a public school. I created like my own personal books, just about myself, like small little books. That's
Oh,
how it started,
way back when.
and I still have them today. And then later on in the future, I started, well, actually, my uncle slash godfather came up with a name, Art Nick, and now then I took it to waterfront festivals, like Coburg waterfront festivals.
Nice. We need to get you in the Halton waterfront festivals.
Yeah,
Well, that's
well,
fabulous.
maybe one day.
One day, someday.
Yeah, someday.
And then you're also a fashion designer.
Yes, and also I'm a fashion designer, and that just started just this year. And I also have an Instagram account for that, so please check that out, and Facebook, which
Fabulous.
I'll get to that later. And yes, so I'm getting involved in fashion. I'm working with a designer. Her name is Haley Usler.
Well,
She's a very famous fashion designer who I'm working with. She's probably busy with her line right now because it is that season of Christmas.
yes, the holiday
So it's
season.
she's probably busy with it.
Did part of
And
that, you have another TV show, Employable Me.
yeah,
Did
that is
part of,
correct.
okay.
So I was also and that's how I met Haley through a TV series called Employable Me. And that turned out very well. And I met other people as well. I also met some people from in the Toronto area, downtown. Um, I don't remember its name, but I also got involved in a festival called the Rhubarb Festival, and that's how. And Haley, the designer, also designed these bags for me with the prints that came from one of my art pieces
Oh,
and put them on book bags.
that's so,
And you
I
can
mean, you're,
also find those on the Instagram account.
wow. Wow, Nick. Oh my gosh, you're just like clearly a creative soul. And I imagine all of these journeys, right? The fashion design that's taking off professionally, for example, the book bags and theater and TV and movies and film festivals, international film festivals,
Yep.
on top of interviewing famous hockey stars and others on your personal TV show, Keeping It Real, and many guests of many other shows, for example, Employable Me. But here you are now, and your books way back when of your artwork, right as a child. So I imagine all of these experiences have come today to influence your experience with your upcoming Oscar sensation show, Freebird. Can you tell people a little bit about what's Freebird?
Well, Freebird is a short film that is based on a character named John, who has like and go from like 45 years of his life to the path of him being a baby to him as an adult. And the film is um, the different about the different accomplishments that everybody is connect to, like say how to like the people with disabilities are capable of having a first crush. It accomplishes having a first crush, learning to have it to get a job, um, how to keep a job,
Yeah.
and that people with Down syndrome are capable of many different things, and that's what the film accomplishes. That we can do as many different like life experiences. It accomplishes different life experience,
It's a
and
huge role
that's what
model.
the film Freebird accomplishes. And also, it's also an amazing film, and we also showed it at the World Down Syndrome Day back in March of this year.
Oh, like
So
early pre-release?
it was worldwide, and you know what? And I had to stay at like 2 o'clock in the morning to do that event,
Oh,
and then we
because it's
launched the
international.
actual then we launched it in back in April,
Oh,
the actual video in April. April 21st
it
was the
was the
launch
launch.
of the
Free.
of the music video called Freedom, which was taken from the the, the, the musician Jordan Hart, and he actually lives within the L'Arche community, and he grew up knowing people with disabilities almost his whole life,
And I think
and
you're in the video, right?
so yes, he's the songwriter that
He's the
came
songwriter,
up
but
with the
you're in
song,
the video.
and then did the video with L'Arche Canada
Right.
and Tonic DNA. And
And
Tonic DNA did like a different storyboards of 45 years of John's life from the future to the past and the past to the future. So and how they did that was very inspirational. And there's also a napkin that says, "I wouldn't change a thing. He's perfect." And then they changed it to "He's perfect."
yeah, I love that.
You were right. He's perfect. And how that came up and how that came to be, I also thought of different um, pronouns that we all go by,
Yeah.
like he, she, or he, she, they, them, or zer, and how that came to be, because I have a book called with my sister-in-law I'm publishing with, called My Name is Sunny. It's about a boy who is 8 years old, who is a child, same kind of accomplishments of the capabilities, but for someone who is a child.
Yeah.
And same thing, it's the same thing as John has gone through, but it's like for a child, it can be I could run, I can have different emotions, and I can play with different kids. And that also focused on the Indigenous children of color, who is also brought into the story as well, and that's going to come out in a beautiful way once the book is published.
Wow.
And yes, so
This is some of your future projects.
yes, that's one of my future projects.
Wow. And and what's some of the future of the movie of Freebird that's coming? Like when can people see it? How come it's an Oscar sensation? What's your part in the movie? Did you write it? Are you an
So,
actor? Did you draw it?
so I'm the creative director and filmmaker of the film Freebird,
Oh,
and you can find it and the 5-minute film. You're gonna find it on Facebook or YouTube. It's on YouTube. There and there's also another video on YouTube that you can also check out. My trip to Chicago,
woo!
the Windy City.
The
The reason
Windies.
why I went there to accept the qualification for the long listed of throughout the 84 films to go to be nominated to get nominated for the Oscars, but I would still have to wait for the next cut to go to that next cut. So
Woo!
it is very exciting to
Yes.
get that news in Chicago. So
Yes.
that's why I was there to hear the news. And right now, we're sitting back waiting on the news.
Wow. Oh my goodness. So people have to follow Nick to find out what the announcement will be and to see the movie and to see his upcoming book come out and follow past, present, and future journeys. How do people find you, Nick?
Okay, people, also, just so you know, you can also find me on Facebook,
Under Nick
Instagram,
Hurd?
Twitter. I have different accounts on Twitter now. I have my personal Twitter account, and
Nick Hurd?
also my Art Nick Fashion is on Twitter,
Art Nick
and
Fashion?
my Keeping It Real with Nick is on Instagram. My
Keeping It
Fashion Life
Real
on
with Nick?
Instagram. So, and also same thing with Facebook.
Keeping It Real with
I
Nick?
have the different accounts on Instagram and also Facebook and Twitter.
Fabulous.
Anybody can find me.
Anybody can find you.
Yeah.
The extraordinary Nick Hurd, Keeping It Real with Nick. And then the last one, the art one is Art with Nick.
Oh,
Art Nick.
Art Nick.
Art Nick. ARTNICK.
Art Nick Fashion.
Art Nick Fashion.
And Art Nick 2011.
2011. Fabulous. Oh my goodness. I am humbled and honored to call you a friend, to have shared the red carpet with you, to share a studio with you. You're the Today Show in Toronto at times and Keeping It Real with Nick. And now today, sharing your Oscar sensation announcement coming and shortlisted already in Chicago. And so you can see some of that footage on YouTube with Nick. I want to also let everybody know that the Disability Channel does have a 2022 program scholarship. So if you were inspired by Nick's journey today and you want your journey to get kickstarted like his did, $800 way back when, there is a 2022 program scholarship. So be sure to put in your effort and applications and join the journey. You want to be part of watching Bell 5, FIBE, Bell 5. We're launching a new affiliation with Real Life Matters on Bell 5 with well over 12 million viewers. You also want to watch out for our new shows, Classic Cars and Wild Child Records with the Disability Channel. And just a little bit of Halton news. I'd love to do a shout out with the Halton Catholic District School Board because they celebrated the International Day of People with Disabilities, removing barriers because they communicated with their schools viewing disability through a different lens and meaningful acceptance in schools. And I think the movie Freebird is a really great example that we can share with schools about meaningful acceptance and viewing disability through a different lens. And I really love, Nick, that you changed the tagline to he's perfect, right? And no need to caveat or sandwich it in some fancy line, because people are perfect exactly the way they are, just like you, Nick.
That's well, thank you, and same with you too, Tracy.
Oh, why, thank you, Nick. So this is Unstoppable Tracy and Art Nick fashion, keeping it real with Nick. Nick Hurd, Oscar sensation in the running. Please follow Nick on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Please follow the Disability Channel on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Nick, and also Unstoppable Tracy, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. For all of these, thank you, Halton viewers on your TV, for watching Nick and I. And please keep your eyes and toes and fingers crossed, whatever body parts you've got, in positive energy so that Nick makes the next round. And you can all say you were part of his Oscar release tour today. Many positive thoughts, Nick. Many positive thoughts, viewers. Thanks for watching Your TV with Nick Hurd and Unstoppable Tracy.